Yes, did you see Wolf?
It's a secret. This is the forbidden question. I can't answer that, I'm sorry. I'm willing to answer all your questions except for that one.
Is all of your photography analog?
Not all. It is my preferred type. But for example, in Iceland, I was so remote that it would have been almost impossible to actually see what I was doing. So I forced myself to work digital just for practical reasons. But most of the time it is analog, and I like it a lot because it also gives you a very concentrated, focused way of working. Right now, when I take the portraits of the patients, I know I have like 10 photographs on one roll of film, and I don't click, 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 but I look very carefully, and every once in a while I take the photo, and that works best for me. I also love the material and the cameras, and yeah.
Do you ever work in the dark room and develop your film yourself?
Sometimes, I have to admit, not right now, but I am able to. Yeah, I love it as well. It's a magical thing. I have known phases when I didn't see so much daylight because I was there all the time. So, yeah. Yes?
I wonder, in the recollection project, the temporality you talk about in the Art Rotterdam exhibition is very interesting to me. Has there been an option to, when you sell the smaller works, to actually use the original image, so you as an author actually lose the material, so maybe part of the memory that you're trying to keep? I wonder why you use a reproduction of the image.
It's a very good idea, I think, what you're saying, but it would break my heart maybe. But it would be very interesting to actually lose the memories. I like the idea, but I think, yeah, for me, I chose also, it was a fair when I was supposed to really sell my work, so I tried to create something that I could give away easily, and I had an edition of 7 for that occasion, but I think the idea is beautiful also to let go. It would take some courage, but I like it. Yes.
What kind of analog camera do you use?
Most of the time a Mamiya 6.7 RZ, so it's a medium format camera from Japan, and I also use for the recollection photographs a technical camera, which is the type with this accordion and a big black cloth that you're hidden under, like a very old school photographer. So it depends on the project. Sometimes I also use a Hasselblad Swedish camera. Yeah, I have quite a collection. Yes, another.
Do you have a way of getting feedback from people who are seeing your work in galleries? Like, do you walk around and chat to people without them knowing you're the photographer?
Yes, I have actually, especially in the first time that or it was the second, I think. Well, when I showed the big photograph on glass, I was in the exhibition for a lot of time, and I really enjoyed people doing this all the time and walking around it and struggling, and then when they stayed there for a long time, eventually I would say like, hi, I made that. And it would be a bit of an awkward moment, like, oh, you did. But yeah, I like to peek around at people viewing the work, definitely.
Do you have a dream?
Do I have a dream? Wow. Ooh, a lot of them. I have to choose. I think right now it's a dream that will be realized in the soon future, but to actually publish a book, because I haven't before. I've made this one dummy of the Icelandic project that I would like to publish, but it's tricky, to get funding and a publisher and everything, because it's also a bit not really a children's book and not really an art book, so it's a bit tricky. And for the Vijfde Seizoen project, I do have funding and a publisher, and it will actually happen. And for me, that's a very big moment to have my own book out there in the world, and it's a very beautiful shape also to spread your work. So that's a dream that I have that will be realized soon. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Sanne, for sharing your work today.